Let's get it started off with, let's see here, line 2. Mallory, am I reading this right, in Germany? Oh, my goodness, Mallory, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Oh, my gosh. It's so great to speak with you.
Well,
and yes, I'm in Germany.
Okay, because I looked at the board here. I looked at my screen in the studio, and I paused because I thought, sometimes, my contact lenses, they don't transfer from my notes to the screen very well. I thought, is that really Germany? So this is very exciting. Mallory, you're our first caller from Europe, so this is exciting.
Oh, wow. What an honor. Well, I found you through the Dave Ramsey Show, so
well, that's
really
cool.
Great.
Well, how can I help
great to be
today?
talking with you. Well, my overarching question today is, what if you want to be an entrepreneur, but you don't really feel like you're cut out for it?
Well, at its purest form, the answer has to be, well, let's see if that feeling is correct or if it's just a feeling. So is it a fact or is it a feeling? So that's what we have to do. So let's look at what you are dealing with. What are the thoughts that are entering your mind and are making you question whether or not you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur?
I guess, well, being in Germany, I've kind of had to improvise with my career.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a nurse, a registered nurse, and I became a nurse I graduated right before we came here. So I've never had a chance to actually be a real nurse.
Right.
And so I thought, well, I'll be a nurse entrepreneur and I'll start a website and write blogs. I love writing. But it's so different than, going to a job and having somebody tell you what to do.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I guess that I'm very passionate and driven. It's just hard to see where this is going, practically speaking.
I got that. Okay, so based on what you've told me so far, I think you do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur because you're driven. You said that. You're very driven. So that is probably one of the greatest qualities that an entrepreneur can have. Drive. You're willing to do what it takes. You also said you have passion, which, by the way, passion fuels drive. It's not the other way around. I mean, you can be a disciplined person, but at some point, if things aren't going well, you're not going to stay with it unless there's some passion there. So you've got passion and you've got drive. So you do have what it takes. I think your issue is you're not quite sure what to do. It's not the doing. It's not the hustle. It's not the learning. I just don't think you're sure what steps you need to take. And so therefore, the uncertainty that you're experiencing is making you question your ability. Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head there.
Yeah. So here's my first question. Can you be an RN or some equivalent of that in Germany?
The opportunity to be, I can, but there's no opportunities right now.
Okay.
It's very limited where we're at.
Okay. How long have you been in Germany?
That's less than a year.
Okay. And how long will you be there? Is it an indefinite thing or a short-term deal?
Possibly 3 years. My husband's in the military, so that's why we're here.
Okay, good. All right. And so what has happened is because the opportunity just hasn't presented itself for you to be an RN in Germany, you've just kicked the tires and tried to be a online nurse in some form or fashion. Is that right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just have fun here. If things were going great right now with your online ventures, what would be happening? What is it that you want to provide a nurse online? What does that mean? What are you trying to pull off?
Well, I have a passion for military families and veterans, and ideally I would be helping that sector, I guess, of people, and I would be helping people with their health more holistically, like talking about nutrition and not just like the conventional route. I also love making videos, so I've been making some YouTube videos, but it's more like talking to military spouses and not really related to health, but I love doing it, and I'm having a little bit of success with that. So it's kind of like these two areas that I guess I don't know how to meld them.
Okay, I think I
Health
do.
and military.
So you love what? Let's just boil it down to this. In one sentence, tell me what you love about being a nurse.
I love knowing that my work can change people's lives.
Boom. So you're asking me, how do I meld the idea of being a nurse, or the career role of being a nurse, with holistic health advice and solutions for military families? Did I get that right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay, good. Here's how you do it. You go back to that sentence you just gave me about what you love most about being a nurse, and it melds beautifully. It's just right there. It's you start doing that for military families. I think you should keep doing the YouTube videos and keep doing the writing. You said you were passionate about writing. You love writing. I would do a written form of your YouTube videos. And so here's what, this makes a lot of sense. If you're going to do a YouTube video, then here's what I want you to do. Consider watching the video back and then making some points, an outline. Or if you make an outline to do your video, you've already got it. And then write a version of the YouTube video. So, see, people consume content on different platforms. Not everybody consumes YouTube videos. So what you want to do is diversify your content. You like writing anyway, but so that you can make the most of your effort. Here's an example. Let's say you got a YouTube video on how to prepare healthy snacks for your kids on the base. I'm just making this up. So you put all your points together and you do your YouTube video. Well, then you get the audio from the YouTube and pay a transcription service, or you do it yourself. I don't know how much time you have, but you get the transcription of what you did in the video, and then you squeeze it, if you will. You turn that into an article, a blog post. You put it out on Facebook, or you put it out on your blog, or whatever you've been doing. And so you did one piece of content, how to make healthy snacks on a military base. But you got a YouTube video and you got written content. And you begin to build, a little bit of a following. And then your next step is, all right, now how do I begin to monetize this? So as you build an audience, they're going to say, I like this. This helped me. So then maybe you put in a healthy cookbook or snack book, or maybe you start offering meal planning, or maybe I don't know where this is going to go. That's for you to figure out. But you do have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. There's no question in my mind. And I think you take this idea while you're in Germany, because when you come back to the U.S., it's going to be easy for you to step in and be an RN if that's where you want to go. But maybe you stay on this path because the world is flat on the internet. You know that, right?
Yeah.
So I think you take the mission of being a nurse and you begin to say, I'm going to be a different kind of nurse, and I'm going to serve the health of military families. And here's how I'm going to do it. So I don't know if that's nutrition. I don't know if it's holistic medicine. I don't know what it is. But you got to figure that out. And when you build an audience and they come to you, then you will eventually be able to charge them for something.
Right.
But build the audience, figure out the service later. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense. Yeah.
All right. Well, Mallory, hey, thanks for the call. You've got this. You got to believe. You have to believe. Here's why. Because, Mallory, you have already figured out what it is you want to do. You're not unclear at all. You're not unclear. You have total clarity about what you'd love to do. You're just dealing with doubt. And, here's the thing. I want you to do some research. If I had somebody right off the top of my head, I would recommend you, but I don't have somebody that's just popping in my head. But I want you to go do some research, buy some books, whatever. Go find some people who've taken blogs on specific content and they've turned it into a business. Study somebody like that. And I'll tell you, I got a name, Pat Flynn. Pat's got a podcast. Pat's got books. Guy talks about, passive income, things of that nature, creating stuff. You just need to find somebody who's got a really nice formula and a proven method for taking a concept where you're at and turning it that helpful content into commerce. There's all kinds of people that do it. That's just one that pops in my mind because I really want to give you a name. But that's all you need to do. And once you figure out a formula and a plan, you're going to be fine.